years ago.
He just gets over the net and penetrates, Paul. Before he was getting up there about 13 feet. Nobody's going to hit that high.
Right.
Get over the net, get your elbows extended over the net, put the ball back on the other side of the net.
Now, when he was renting from you, did you charge him extra for blocking tips as well?
No, when he beat me, I charged him extra, I'll tell you that. Threatened to throw him out a couple times.
Shake hands. Here's the eviction notice. Semifinal action. Johnson and Loyola against Ayakatubby and Lewis. AJ and Loyola with the 1-0 lead. Tough jump serve up the middle. No block once again. What do you think about that decision not to block? Loyola setting the ball right on top of the net.
Well, here comes Ack. He doesn't have time to get up there on that jump serve, Paul. And that was a good set by Loyola. Not a bad decision, but Adam just puts it away. I think he's got to concentrate on his jump serve and have Louis go up the net a little bit more, at least in the early beginning. If he gets a couple aces, we're talking easy points.
I think that's a good call. You got to have somebody up there blocking, especially if the set is close like that. Working on Brian Lewis. Lewis stuffed by Jose Loyola, talking about improved blocking. Watch the hitter just getting over the net. 2-0 Johnson and Loyola now lead.
Loyola gets so far over the net. That's what has improved, is penetrating the net. And a lot of the young guys got like Hyger and Whitmarsh. Whitmarsh has improved drastically doing that.
Real challenge for Brian Lewis, I think, to hit the ball hard in these windy conditions. The ball stays in the hitting zone for not so long, but Louis spanking the ball down the line.
He's got such a quick arm swing. He keeps the ball in front of him, a lot like St. John Smith used to hit the ball in the same spot every time. Gets a good eye on it, watches the court, and he puts some heat on that ball, Paul.
Louis had a phenomenal career, but how good would he be if he were 6'4", 6'5"?
Oh, he would be very. He's great right now. He would have been one of the best. He still could be.
Johnson stuffed this time by Scott Ayakatubby. I tell you, when Karchkirai played with Ack last year, he told us afterwards, he said, Ack really surprised me. He's a much better blocker than I ever thought he was.
Watch him. That sounded like a home run ball. Didn't it, Paul? He hit the ball very hard, but Ack says, take it back, AJ. Great penetration with that right hand over the net.
Brian Lewis, a long run up, uses a long loping approach, hitting that ball as hard as he can. Again, hard to determine which is the good side, bad side here. The wind's coming right off the water, blowing straight across the court. That's why they're usually serving the guy closest to the ocean, because it's moving a little bit too much. Wind definitely a factor. Oh, it's been blowing hard all day. Really a factor on the outside courts. Brian Lewis served once again, chops down the line. That's good. Brian Lewis doing a pretty good job of siding out. He's getting most of the serves here early.
7 serves for Louis, 1 for Ack, and I think that was a mistake.
And that was a mistake, just trying to serve it tough, of course, with these windy conditions. Ayakatubby back to serve. He and his partner Brian Lewis trailed 1. Semifinal action. Of course, the finals of the tournament coming up. Karchkirai and Kent Steffes won the winner's bracket. They took the direct line into the championship, and they will, of course, face the winner of this match. We tap, that's blocked. Right to AJ. Oh, look at that shot. Not a great set by Jose Loyola. AJ making do with the Luigi, with the left hand, take the 3-1 lead. AJ and Loyola.
Showing his versatility here, Adam. Not a good set by Loyola, but watch his left-handed touch shot right in front. Nice shot, good control.
Little indecision between Brian Lewis and Scott Ayakatubby on the first ball that was blocked by Jose Loyola.
That cost him a good swing at the net.
Adam Johnson, of course, that unbelievable performance last week in Phoenix. 8 aces in the finals. Loyola and Johnson had 11 as a team. Louis blocked again. Stuff blocked by Jose Loyola. We're going to take our first side change here from Riviera Beach, Florida. Adam Johnson and Jose Loyola take the early lead by 3.
Quiet day in the country.
Spend a day at the beach with the AVP.
The 1996 Miller Lite AVP Tour is brought to you by the AVP, the world's best. By Miller Lite, life is good. By Powerade, the official sports drink of the Olympic Games and the AVP. And by Riviera Beach. Hi again, everyone. Paul Sunderland with Tim Hovland. We come to you, of course, from a very windy Riviera Beach, Florida. Maybe that is the story, but we look at our semifinals. Scott Ayakatubby, Brian Lewis have lost to AJ and Loyola once. Somehow got to find a way to turn this around in these conditions.
They got to pass the ball a little bit, keep the ball in front of them, put the ball on the ground, and serve some aces, and they'll be back in this game.
Who do they work on, though? Adam Johnson sided out extremely well, of course, earlier on in their matches. Do you go to Jose Loyola at all and take some chances?
I say get back there and serve that bomber jump serve that you're famous for and make them side out. Don't worry about it. Just get back there. If you miss a couple, keep the next one in, but put some pressure on them.
All right, take some chances. That's what you heard from the Hov. Now let's get back down to the court. This is semifinal action. Adam Johnson, Jose Loyola against Scott Ayakatubby and Brian Lewis. All right, you could tell certainly from looking at us. Well, it's about what, Tim? I'm standing into the wind here, having a nice time. It's about 30 miles an hour up
25 to 30 up here, 10 to 15 down there, and that's enough to move that ball a lot.
There you see it. Old Glory getting blown around an awful lot today. But, as they say, it's the same for both teams.
That's right. It's even both ways. Serve it up.
Adam Johnson working on Scott Ayakatubby here. Johnson and Loyola with a very good early lead at 4-1 and make that 5.
Same serve, Paul, right there. Coming to the Oceanside guy. It just makes it harder to pass that ball.
You might explain to people why that is. Once Brian Lewis sets the ball into that wind, what's happening to it with respect to Scott Ayakatubby?
The ball is moving all over the place. And Ak's got to find it, and then it drops out of the sky like a rock, too. If the wind picks it up, it's going to bring it down faster. That means you got to be quicker to swing on that ball. The other way, if you're hitting on Brian's side, you get a good look at the ball. It'll drift towards you.
Right. You can hear the flags flopping. It is very windy, but, you know, the players on the AVP Tour make it look so easy for the most part in these conditions. You talked about Lewis and Ayakatubby taking some chances. Louis with the ace. They certainly need a lot more of that.
Louis can dial up 2 or 3 in a row, Paul, if he gets on a hot roll. I've never seen a guy that could serve that well for that many times in a row.
Brian Lewis has got great location, moving inside out, change speeds. Going to AJ, away from the water, nice easy swing, and again no block against Adam Johnson, and they have yet to even come close to digging him on the open net situation.
Yeah, that's 0 for 3 there, Paul. They got to put a lot more pressure on Adam at the net. Make him cut the ball, make him put the ball someplace, not just straight down.
Sweet set by Ak.
AJ's got that with the pokey. Great set by Jose Loyola. Bump that over the top.
That's a tough set by Jose. AJ with a great up. AJ lining it up. Touches it up, but watch Jose. Put some speed on. Control the set. Give AJ something to hit, and he puts it down. That's a key play right there. Don't go for the perfect set. Just lay it up and let him have a swing.
Loyola serving once again, semifinal action, and Louis saying, look, no more loopy over AJ. I'm going to try to take his head off.
Louis got a heavy arm swing. Watch this. Nobody's digging that, Paul. For a little guy, he hits the ball as hard as anybody on the court. And not call him little because it gets even madder. Let's call him whatever you want to call him.
Call him Brian Lewis.
Call him the Big B, the Big bomb.
Brian Lewis, $560,000 during the his career. He's got 3 wins. Crashed with Bull in Bar, New Jersey. Had a good finish last week, playing with Scott Ayakatubby.
He's lost some close games too, Paul. To be right there, you know, he's been get some fourths and some thirds. They should have been in the finals last year.
Oh, Jose Loyola saying, okay, I will hit that.
Oh boy, this is prime beef right on the net here. Jose waiting. Can you put it straight down?
Wow.
Almost went under his feet, Paul.
Got to be careful not to land on that thing.
Sprained his own ankle.
course, it all starts with the serve of Adam Johnson. Johnson and Loyola dominating right now. 7-2.
They need this timeout right here, Paul.
Good timeout called by Brian Lewis and Scott Ayakatubby, even though they're only a point away from the... And that's based on your performance throughout the course of the year, consistency and coming out and playing hard each and every week. Karch Kirai has won it, of course. St. John Smith, Randy Stoklos have shared it. Kent Steffes has won it a couple of times, and it's a huge bonus at the end of the... Nice little check to get at the end of the year.
Oh, what a great check. It's a send-off check. Send you into winter with a happy smile.
Absolutely. Brian Lewis and Scott Ayakatubby in semifinal action here from Riviera Beach, Florida. It's been windy all day long. That's been one of the big stories. These two teams have played before earlier in the tournament in the semifinals. Johnson and Loyola were 15-5 winners, and it looked about they're headed in that same direction, currently on top, 7-2.
We only have one ace so far. Louis got one ace, and that's surprising.
Yeah, I would have expected a lot more. Make it 2, and we'll go to the 8-2 side change. Thanks for bringing it up. Maybe AJ and Loyola realize it's been too long for an ace. We just don't feel right. And they go out to the 8-2 lead, semifinal action, and just try to survive when Adam Johnson is serving the jumper. 8 aces in the finals last week against Karch Kirai and Kent Steffes. If anybody was on fire, it was AJ and his partner Jose Loyola in Phoenix as they won the first regular season tournament of the year. On fire with Coppertone, the ultra sweat-proof sunscreen. When we left you, Johnson Loyola led Ayakatubby Lewis 7-3. Ack and Louis came back to 8-7, got as close as 11-10, but now Johnson and Loyola take the 14-11 lead and will serve for the match. They've played extremely well, now with a 3-point lead over Louis and Ack. Brian Lewis and Scott Ayakatubby have had opportunities and have not capitalized, Tim. That seems to be the bottom line of this match.
Transition is all important, Paul. You get that ball up, you got to put the ball back down for a point. Jose and AJ have been able to hold on.
Match point number 1 for Jose Loyola and Adam Johnson. Loyola with the miss, taking a chance, and why not? So many. We've got 25 points on the board. 19 of them have been scored from the side that Adam Johnson and Jose Loyola occupy.
Axe had a couple aces on this side too, Paul, so Axe back in serving position. Nothing to lose. Let it air it out a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what Brian Lewis just told him.
Yeah.
Clapping for him to say, look, we're down 3. We're on the bad side. Just let it all hang out. If they make a good play, so be it. Ayakatubby and Lewis have had a great tournament. Lost in the semifinals of the winners to the same team. Going to Loyola. And over the top and down.
Good ball control. All starts with the pass right there. Give AJ the good pass. He's going to give you a good set. Put it on the ground. Get back to the serve for point game.
Match point number 2 coming to Adam Johnson. Remember the performance, of course, we just showed you he had in the finals last week in Phoenix, or talked about. 8 aces. Adam Johnson serving. Match point number 2. Going to Louis. Tough chance from off the net. AJ is there and then throws a perfect body block on his partner Jose Loyola.
Nice up.
Good shot by Louis. He got both of them, Sandy.
Yeah, great little cut shot. AJ's got that ball. Comes off a little weird. Jose doesn't play much football. He goes over AJ. Big side out.
I'll tell you, if it was 14-all, they wouldn't be laughing, but at 14-11 and on the good side, not quite such a big opportunity missed. But you want to get this match with over. Yeah, the match over as fast as you can. Yeah, that's a bad miss by Brian Lewis, but trying to make something happen with his serving.
He's only has 1 ace this game, Paul. He's usually he needs 2 or 3.
It's really been Scott Ayakatubby. Jose Loyola charged with a 20-second timeout, and I think rightfully so. You get 20-second timeouts and 2 full timeouts per team. Jose Loyola going over, wants to adjust his sunglasses, clean them up just a little bit, left the court, and was charged with a 20-second timeout. I think that's a good call by Marvin Hall.
You've got to. We used to abuse that rule as much as we could. You're tired. Your glasses are off. Your shorts are on. You know, you got
your shoes are untied.
something's definitely wrong.
I remember you yelling, "I got to tie my shoes." Everybody looked down and said, "Look, haven't had any shoes on those feet in years, Javi."
No, can't find them.
Match point number 3, Jose Loyola, and cleaning his sunglasses did him no good. He came out and missed that. I'm sure, of course, that had nothing to do with it. And Scott Ayakatubby, who's had the hot hand for his team. Ayakatubby and Lewis have played very well in this match. Again, they lost to Johnson and Loyola 15-5 in the semis and tried to avoid losing to him twice in the same week. Going to Adam Johnson. AJ off of Brian Lewis and out of bounds.
He is hitting a heavy ball. You hear that thing hit the block. It's a kaboom. Keeping the ball in front of him and just stroking it. AJ, they've missed a couple serves here, Paul. I think I'd take a little something off, make him side out. Got to get the ball over the net.
Match point number 4. Going to Ack. That's pretty tight set. And pays the price. Jose Loyola with the roof for match point. And Adam Johnson and Jose Loyola will move on. They defeat Scott Ayakatubby and his partner Brian Lewis in the semis. More from Riviera Beach when we come back. We're headed towards the finals.